Good morning, dear children. This is your second language English teacher BMC from Karnataka Public School, Hegganahalli, Bangalore North 1. Today in this session, we'll discuss and try to understand the summary of the poem Jazz Poem 2 written by Carl Wendell Hines the Junior from class 10th, second language English. So before I explain this poem, let me tell you what is this poem about. Jazz Poem 2 is a poem of music. It's about jazz music and jazz musician. It's written by Carl Wendell Hines the Junior. The poet Carl Wendell Hines was born on 1st September 1940 in Wilson, North California. He was a musician. He published Jazz Poems, a collection of poems in 1963. His verses have been considered as some of the best by his contemporary writers. So let me summarize this poem with the help of these two pictures drawn on this board. This man, an old jazz musician, is standing like a black ancient mariner. Who is this black ancient mariner? He is a character from the poem The Rime of Ancient Mariner by S.T. Coleridge. How does this old man look like? He's a pathetic figure. He has a wrinkled old face, full of worries, rough unshaven face, and his eyes are closed, still down eyes, still closed ears. He has lost any interest in the present world or in his life. And he is wearing a faded blue shirt, that too old and torn, and it had turned dark with sweat. And it has frayed collar. That means the threads are coming out of that collar. And he had a worn out old jacket. Observe the picture carefully. I am telling about the outer look of this jazz musician. And his shoes, they are rundown shoes. They had paper in them. And there is a saxophone in his neck. And it is hanged with a wire coat hanger. He had a pathetic figure, but he is a commanding artist. He had the power to make people listen. He was silent in his speech, but eloquent in music. He was very good at expressing his thoughts through music. Now let us move on to the next picture drawn on the board. And what's the change you observe there? In the first picture, I have been telling you that he is very sad, very dull, pathetic figure. Whereas in the second picture, you will observe that old musician has changed himself into a bird. Just it's an imaginary picture drawn there. The old musician is flying higher and higher when he started playing the saxophone. See? And he says that he is the messenger of God. He had been sent to this world by God to preach or to teach the black gospel of jazz. And he wanted to tell that he was a black man He was preaching the black gospel of jazz with words by loud musical sound. When he started to preach, he was transformed into a bird. That bird gathers its wings and flies high, high, and higher until it flies away. So you can clearly observe that from pathetic figure, he has changed himself into a lovely, free bird. But when he stops playing the music, he comes back to find himself as a black man again. Have you understood? This is a very simple explanation I could get for you people. Hope you have understood, my dear children. Okay, all the very best. Thank you.